Hey everyone, my name is Asanda Mdongwa and I'm here to take you through topographic map. Have you ever looked at a map and seen all those squiggly lines and wondered what they mean? Today we're going to uncover the secrets of topographic maps, the kinds of maps that show not just where things are, but how high or low they are. By the end of this video, trust me, you'll know how to read contour lines, spot hills and valleys, and even figure out how steep a mountain is, all from a flat piece of paper or a screen. So grab your notebook or just sit back and enjoy. Let's dive in. Okay, first of all, I'll define what is a topographic map, which is a very, very serious question, since we can't break it down without knowing what a topographic map is. What a topographic map is. Okay, a topographic map is a special kind of map that shows the shape of the land using contour lines. These lines represent elevation, or how high or low the ground is. It's like the turning the land into a bird's eye view. Topographic maps help us understand the heights of a mountain, the depth of valleys, where rivers flow, and even the slope of hills. It's like flattening a mountain into a pizza, but the toppings are contour lines. Let me take you through what latitude and longitude are. As you can see, if you are looking at a topographic map, there's this line coming across like this, and this line coming like this. These are latitude and longitude. Okay, imagine the earth is like a giant ball. To help us find a place on it, there's an invisible lines on a map which are latitude and longitude, as I say. Latitude are lines go side to side, which are left to right. They tell us how far north or south a place is from the equator. The equator is the middle line. As you all know, the equator is a middle line, like a belt around the earth. Then longitude are lines goes up and down, like top to bottom. They tell us how far east or west a place is from a line called a prime meridian. Okay, how latitude and longitude look on a map. The map has numbers on the side and numbers on the top or bottom. Side numbers on the side numbers, this shows latitude north or south. Then there's top numbers and bottom numbers show longitude, east and west. You use these lines like a grid to find an exact spot or a location. Okay guys, let's talk about these curvy lines called contour lines on a topographic map. I know most of you are struggling what contour lines are. Just sit and listen. I will first explain what contour lines are. Contour lines are lines that connect points of equal elevation. This means if you are standing anywhere along one contour lines, you are at the same height above sea level. When the contour lines are very close together, if you see contour lines on a topographic map when they are close together, this means this land is steep like a cliff or a hill. If you see contour lines that are close together on a topographic map, relax. Just that is a hill or a cliff. When contour lines are far apart, if you see contour lines when are far apart, it means this land is flat. There's residents there, schools, cause on a flat area, on a flat land, you will find schools, residents,
or even farmers, they use flat area. If you see contour lines when they are far apart, it means this land is flat. Then on a map, there's something called contour interval. Relax, I will explain to you. Okay, contour interval, that's the difference in height between one contour lines and the next. For example, if the interval is 20 meters and you see lines labeled 100, 120, 140, can you guess what contour interval is? If the lines label is 100, 120, 140. Let me give you 1 second to think. What contour interval is that? Okay, I got you. If there's lines labeled 100, 120, 140, this means you are going up 20 meters each time. Then if you see this hill, if you see the hill, rings show a different height. If the contour interval is 10 meters and you see 5 rings, then the hill is 50 meters high. Then here's the quick quiz for you. Which side is steep between this hill and this hill? Let me give you 1 second again to tell me which side is steep between this hill and this hill. Okay, your 1 second is finished. Let me tell you the answer. The side which is steep is the right side because contour lines are close together. We say when contour lines are close together, the side is steep. If contour lines are close together, the slope is steep. Okay. Here's an easy way to remember latitude and longitude. Latitude goes across. Latitude grows across. Think latitude, like steps on a ladder. Then longitude goes long, goes up and down. Latitude goes across. Latitude, like steps on a ladder. Steps on a ladder. Then longitude goes long. Take this part long. This means longitude goes up and down. Why they're important? Relax, I got you. Latitude and longitude are important, very important, because they help us. They help people find places like hikers, pilots, or rescues. They use latitude and longitude on a topographic map to find places. It's like giving a name address to every spot on Earth. Latitude helps us to find place, to find location. Okay, we have symbols and scale on a map, on a topographic map. Map symbols are tiny pictures or signs on a map that show real things in the world. Think of them like a secret code that helps you know what is on the land. Symbols like building, forest, lakes, roads, hills, or railway line. Learning these symbols help us read the map like a pro. Common symbols they use on a topographic map, they use rivers, which they represent is like blue lines. As you see blue lines on the topographic map, these are rivers. They represent rivers with blue lines. They represent roads with black lines. We see black lines on a topographic map, these are roads. Then they represent forest. If you see green area, that's a forest. On a topographic map, they represent green area. They represent forest with green. Then elevation, they represent elevation with brown lines. Also, every map has a scale. The scale on a map show how much smaller on a map is compared to real life. Example like 1 is to 50,000 means 1 centimeter on a map is equal to 500 meters on the ground. 1 centimeter on a map is equal to 1 kilometer in real life. It's like zooming out real far to fit a big area on a small piece of paper. Okay, as a way to understand scale, imagine your school is 1 kilometer away from your house. On a map, that might be just 1 centimeter apart because the map is much smaller than in real life. Why symbols and scale important? Symbols help us know what is on the land, like forests, rivers, roads, and more. Scales help us measure real distance between places. Together, they help us read the map like a pro. Okay, let me ask you a few questions to check if you guys listening. What is a map symbol? You can choose in these answers. A map symbol is a real object you can touch. This is A map symbol is a picture or a sign that shows something on the map. This is B. A map symbol is the top of a mountain. A map symbol is a road sign. And then the answer for that is as you all know now what is map symbols. The answer is B, which is a picture or a sign that shows something on a map. A map symbol is a picture or a sign that shows something on a map as we read it above. Okay, the second question is, what does a blue line usually means on a topographic map? As we learn it above, okay, first answer, as the question say, what does a blue line usually means on the topographic map? It means a road. That is A. It means a hill. That is B. It means a water. That is C. It means a building. That is D. The answer for that is C. As you all know, this blue line represents water on the map. Let us look at some common landforms you can find on a topographic map. There are 4 landforms you can find on a topographic map, which is a hill, a valley, a ridge, and a plateau. A hill looks like a group of cyclists inside each other on a map. The land is going up like a small mountain. The smallest cycle on the top of the hill. The smallest cycle is the top of the hill. Think of like a stack of pancake. Each pancake is little higher than the one under it. So if you see cyclists getting smaller in the middle, that is a hill. Then we have a valley. A valley is a V-shape made by contour lines. It's a lower area between hills or a mountain. Usually it can be a river. The V always points uphill. Imagine water running through a dip in a land. This dip is a valley. Okay, and then we have a ridge. A ridge is also a V-shape, but it's pointing downhill. It has a high area sticking out from a mountain, like a bone figure. If you have ever seen a hill that stick on a mountain like a bump, that is a ridge. Then we have a plateau. A plateau is a wide, flat area with few or no contour lines inside. It's a high flat land like a big table in the sky. A plateau is flat like a tabletop but way up high. Okay, we say a slightly when the contour lines are forming slightly, it's a hill. When contour lines are close together forming a slightly at the top, this means it's a hill. When contour lines are forming V shape pointing uplift, this is a valley. Then when contour lines are forming V shape pointing downhill, that is a ridge. Then a flat area with few lines or few contour lines, that is a plateau. Okay, we have real life users of topographic map. Topographic maps are not just for schools. People use them in real life all the time. Let us see who used them and why. Hikers use maps to choose safe and easy paths. They avoid very steep hill. They look contour lines. Okay. Will you want to hike straight up a cliff? Probably not. The map helps you find a gentle slope. Engineers. They use maps to plan where to build roads, bridges, and buildings. They need to know the shape of the land so things don't slide or break. If you build on a steep slope, the road must break. That is why they use map first. Then farmers. They use map to understand where water will flow. It's helped them with planting crop, keeping the soil from washing away. If the land is sloped or steep, rain must carry soil away. Farmers check the map to protect their land. Okay, we say hikers, engineers, farmers use topographic map. So even though it looks like just lines on a map and symbols, a topographic map is a powerful tool. Let's recap what we have learned today. Today we learned about topographic map that show land shape using contour lines. We learn about contour lines that help us understand heights and slope. We learn about map symbols, scale that help us navigate. We learn about latitude and longitude. This latitude run from east to west, longitude run from north to south. We learn about landforms on a topographic map. We have 4 landforms on a topographic map, which is a hill, valley, ridge, and a plateau. We also learn about real-life uses of topographic map, which are hikers, engineers, and also farmers. I hope you now feel more confident reading topographic map. You understand this better now. Thank you for watching.